The S24 Ultra and the S25 Ultra look similar, but last year's device feels better to hold in the hand. They are both fast smartphones with the same battery capacity. The S25 Ultra has the improved cameras and new features. But if you own the S24 Ultra, should you upgrade? Let's find out. The S25 Ultra has better build quality, it has a stronger titanium frame and stronger front and rear glass, and it also weighs less. Thanks to the curved titanium frame on the S24 Ultra, it feels better to hold in the hand. Its metallic black color looks better to me in my opinion. Both are IP68 water and dust resistant devices that can survive in 1.5 meters of water for 30 minutes. Now it's funny how this mid-range device from Techno has a better IP rating. Ouch! For the durability, the S25 Ultra is stronger. Have you guys seen PKB's review? He did a drop test and you guys need to check it out. Now, another area where the S25 Ultra excels is in the sound department. Its stereo speakers sound better than all the smartphones I have used this year. It sounds really good, rich, and with more bass and depth. It's really good. Now, the haptics in the S25 Ultra seems to be better, but that could be because the vibration motor in the S24 Ultra are around 1 year old and they've lost some strength. The ultrasonic fingerprint scanners unlock at the same time, so no improvement here. So guys, for the external features, only the speakers on the S25 Ultra has been improved, but what about the display? Now let me start with the anti-reflective screen. Everyone is saying it's such a big deal, but I don't think so. If there's a reflection on the screen, don't back a light or tilt the screen away. It's a simple thing to do. Now, one thing Samsung did was they improved the screen material for the S25 Ultra. It's easier to clean and it's better at repelling fingerprints. As for the quality of the display, they are on par to my eyes. Both are Quad HD Plus AMOLED panels with the same adaptive refresh rate. Both displays are bright and have a peak brightness of 2600 nits. Although the S25 Ultra is slightly larger, both are excellent displays in terms of quality. Guys, it's a tie. The processor in the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra is fast, and that's thanks to the custom-made Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy. Compared to last year's processor, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, it has 37% CPU processing power, 30% improved graphics performance, and 40% AI performance. So yeah, it's faster on paper. And if you're not a gamer, if you don't edit videos on your smartphone, if you don't do anything intensive on your smartphone, you're not going to notice the difference. Multitasking is basically the same on both smartphones. Both of them come with 12 GB of RAM. Now, some apps would load slightly faster on the S25 Ultra, but guys, the difference is very negligible. Now, when it comes to gaming, starting with PUBG, both smartphones run the game flawlessly at Ultra HD graphics and extreme frame rate. Now, after about 15 minutes of gameplay, the temperature was relatively the same on both smartphones. However, I suspect the S25 Ultra would run cooler if it had continued because it has a larger vapor cooling system. Moving on to Call of Duty, both smartphones run the game with the same graphic settings, max graphics and max frame rate. The gameplay was smooth and neither got hot after 15 minutes of gameplay. Now, as a gamer, I'm sure you're going to be wondering if upgrading to the new processor is worth it at this point, because the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor is doing just fine. Now, moving on to Call of Duty Warzone, I mean, this game made both smartphones sweat a bit. The game ran well with no lag, the graphics preset was set to high graphics details, and after 10 minutes of gameplay, the temperature reached 37 degrees on both smartphones. Now, it doesn't matter which smartphone you go for, at the end of the day, you need a cooling pad if you play graphic-intensive games for long hours. Get one, I'm going to leave links in the description of this video. Now, let's talk about the AI features. You've probably seen videos where people snap pictures like this and end up erasing the hand. By the way, who snaps pictures like this? The generative AI reconstructs the image. Yes, it's amazing. It does a very good job in filling the blanks. Now, when it comes to generative AI on the S24 Ultra, it isn't on par with the S25 Ultra. However, when the S24 Ultra gets One UI 7, it's going to be as good as the S25 Ultra. Fingers crossed. Right now, the only AI features the S25 Ultra doesn't have when you compare it with the S25 Ultra is the Now Breathe, which is not that useful at the moment. It also doesn't have the audio eraser feature to clean up background noise when recording, and that's about it. As for Google Gemini, that can be downloaded on the S24 Ultra, but it isn't integrated into the OS like it is on the S25 Ultra. You can't press the button to activate it, but with One UI 7, I'm sure it's going to get that feature. Now, when it comes to major Android updates, the S24 and the S25 Ultra will get 7 years of major Android OS. Right now, the S24 Ultra is still running on Android 14. The rumor is it hasn't gotten Android 15 and even One UI 7 because the S25 Ultra is in town. They want the new phone to shine before it's released, I guess. And speaking of One UI 7, it makes a big difference. Now, the first thing you will notice is if your apps in the app drawer are organized alphabetically, you can swipe down and up and not sideways. This is a big deal, at least for me. I always wanted to swipe up and down and not left and right. Another thing you're going to notice is the animations are more fluid. The notification area looks something like what you will find on iPhone. The sound notification in One UI is more polished. I know it's hard to see the differences on screen, but if you hold and use the smartphone, you will know what I mean. And older Samsung users are going to appreciate the changes they see. Now, one thing that is annoying me is the stylus on the S25 Ultra has been downgraded. It doesn't have air gestures, so you can't do things like this. Now, let's talk about the cameras. Has Samsung improved it? Well, starting with the front camera, both of them have a 12 megapixel shooter, and I prefer the pictures captured by the S25 Ultra. It looks more refined and of course it looks brighter. It's got the color of my hoodie and I like how it shows my skin tone. Ladies are going to love taking selfies with the S25 Ultra. Take a look at her lips, they are red and they look better on the S25 Ultra. Her skin tone looks brighter and better, so for selfies, S25 Ultra is better. So yes, the front camera has been improved even though they have the same number of pixels. Photos and video processing has been improved on the S25 Ultra, but what about the rear camera? Let's check it out. Starting with photos captured by the 200 megapixel camera, the photos they capture look identical, they interpret skin tones differently, but I'll pick any of them. For this picture, I prefer how the photo captured by the S25 Ultra is just a little bit darker. It adds a bit of contrast. Portrait pictures look good on both smartphones. It's hard to pick a winner. I'm totally fine with any of them. Portrait shots outside look the same. S24 Ultra owners will be proud of their smartphone. The S25 Ultra has a 50 megapixel ultra-wide camera, while the S24 Ultra comes with a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera. So yes, the ultra-wide camera on the S25 Ultra is better because it shows more details when you zoom in. As for the telephoto camera, the processing on the S25 Ultra is better. For night photos, they look identical. Both videos were shot in 4K 30fps, and the first thing you will notice is the S24 Ultra looks brighter. I like how it looks. The video doesn't need any editing and it's ready to be posted on social media. For portrait video, the S24 Ultra looks better. Now, you can edit the S25 Ultra footage, you can increase the brightness and to match the footage of the S24 Ultra, but right from the camera with no editing, I prefer the look of the S24 Ultra. One thing the S24 Ultra can't do is shoot and log. You can on the S25 Ultra. Log footage will allow you to add a lot to stylize the video and make it look different. The S25 Ultra can also record to an external device, which is a feature videographers would appreciate. You can't do any of this on the S24 Ultra, so ouch. Moving to the battery, they are both the same. Both of them come with a 5000 mAh battery, and I didn't experience any improvement in my usage. I almost got around the same screen on time on both smartphones. For charging, I charge both smartphones once a day, usually at night, and the charging time is not too different. If only Samsung increased the battery capacity to 6000 mAh, that would have been great. So guys, after using the S25 Ultra for about a month now, if you own the S24 Ultra, I don't think you should upgrade. Wait for One UI 7. That will transform your phone and make it feel brand new. Now, how long would you have to wait for? Only Samsung can tell, but I think you should wait before jumping to the S25 Ultra, except you find a good deal. So far, the S25 Ultra has been fantastic. I mean, it's stronger, it has better front cameras, and the processing is a bit better. It can shoot in log, you can record directly to an SSD. It's slightly faster. I mean, you wouldn't notice the speed difference unless you're a gamer or you do crazy things on your smartphone, and the stereo speakers sound better. Honestly, the S25 Ultra would impress anyone upgrading from the S22 and the S23 Ultra. The S25 Ultra will blow their minds out. So that's my take on the S25 Ultra. Thank you for watching. I'm going to compare it with the iPhone 16 Pro Max, so subscribe if you're interested in seeing that video. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching once again, and I'm going to see you guys very soon with more content like this. Follow Reviews, signing out.